The British military, once a symbol of global power and reach, finds itself at a crossroads. The legacy of the British Armed Forces is storied and illustrious, marked by numerous victories and a reputation for excellence. However, the current state of affairs paints a very different picture. While lauded for its operational proficiency, the British military is now facing unprecedented challenges. A stark reality casts a shadow over its capabilities, a lack of combat readiness for the threats of the 21st century. The modern battlefield is evolving rapidly, and the British military is struggling to keep pace. Years of underfunding have taken their toll, leaving the armed forces grappling with a debilitating combination of personnel shortages and equipment deficiencies. The impact of these issues is felt across all branches of the military. This paper delves into the current state of the UK military, examining the challenges it faces and the potential ramifications for national security. The situation is dire, and the need for reform is urgent. Recent assessments paint a bleak picture, with some experts suggesting that the UK is ill-prepared for a major conflict. The implications of this are far-reaching and concerning. The Army, Navy and Air Force are all grappling with a shrinking pool of trained personnel, jeopardizing their ability to effectively respond to crises and deter aggression. This decline in manpower is a critical issue that needs immediate attention. This decline in manpower is exacerbated by a lack of critical equipment, leaving the armed forces ill-equipped to face the evolving nature of warfare. The technological advancements in modern warfare demand a well-equipped and well-trained military. The challenges are multifaceted and demand urgent attention. Addressing these issues requires a comprehensive approach and a commitment to long-term solutions. Addressing personnel shortages requires not only boosting recruitment but also addressing the underlying issues driving attrition, such as pay and living conditions. Improving the quality of life for service members is essential for retention. Similarly, tackling equipment shortfalls necessitates a long-term commitment to modernization and procurement. Investing in new technologies and upgrading existing equipment is crucial for maintaining a competitive edge. Failure to address these critical issues could have severe consequences for the UK's ability to defend its interests and meet its international commitments. The stakes are high, and the cost of inaction is too great to ignore. The defence of a nation hinges on the strength and readiness of its armed forces. A robust and capable military is essential for national security and global stability. The UK, despite its proud military history, faces a sobering reality, a military in crisis struggling to adapt to the demands of a changing world. The challenges are significant, but not insurmountable. The path forward requires decisive action, strategic investment, and a renewed commitment to ensuring the UK's armed forces are equipped to face the challenges of the 21st century. Only through concerted effort and dedication can the British military reclaim its former glory and continue to protect the nation's interests. At the heart of the UK's military crisis lies a stark reality, a shrinking force. This issue has been brewing for years, and its implications are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The British Army, once a formidable force, is projected to fall below 70,000 trained soldiers, a number that is alarmingly low for a nation of the UK's stature and global responsibilities. This worrying decline undermines its operational capabilities, making it challenging to maintain readiness and effectiveness in various missions. This manpower shortage is not limited to the Army. The Royal Navy and Royal Air Force are also grappling with personnel shortfalls, which further complicates the situation. These shortfalls impact their ability to effectively carry out their missions, from patrolling the seas to securing the skies. The operational strain is evident, affecting everything from routine training exercises to critical deployments. This decline in numbers is driven by a combination of factors, including recruitment challenges and high attrition rates, which have been persistent issues. Recruitment efforts have struggled to keep pace with the demand, and the military faces stiff competition from the civilian sector. The military struggles to attract and retain skilled personnel, a problem exacerbated by perceptions of poor pay and living conditions. Competition from the civilian sector, where pay and conditions are often perceived to be better, further complicates recruitment and retention efforts. The recent 6% pay raise, while the largest in over 2 decades, has done little to stem the tide of departures, highlighting the deep-seated nature of the issue. This pay raise, though significant, is not enough to address the broader issues at play, such as career satisfaction and long-term prospects. The consequences of this personnel drain are far-reaching, affecting not just current operations but also future readiness. A smaller force translates to reduced capacity for deployments, limiting the UK's ability to respond to crises and engage in sustained operations. This reduction in capacity means that the UK may struggle to fulfill its international commitments and support allies in times of need. Moreover, a shrinking pool of experienced personnel erodes the institutional knowledge and expertise crucial for effective military operations, creating a gap that is hard to fill. Addressing this crisis demands a multi-pronged approach, focusing on both recruitment and retention. Boosting recruitment through targeted campaigns and improved outreach is essential, but it's only part of the solution. Equally important is addressing the underlying factors driving attrition, such as pay, housing, and career progression. Improving pay and living conditions, along with offering clear career progression paths, can make military service more attractive. Creating a more attractive and rewarding career path within the armed forces is crucial for attracting and retaining the talent needed to meet the challenges of the 21st century. Only through comprehensive reforms can the UK hope to rebuild its military strength and ensure it remains a formidable force on the global stage. The UK's military readiness is further hampered by concerning lack of critical equipment. The Royal Navy, tasked with safeguarding British interests at sea, faces a particularly dire situation. Fewer than half of its destroyers and frigates are considered deployable, a worrying statistic that raises questions about the Navy's ability to project power and respond to maritime threats. The Army is similarly affected, facing a shortage of vital equipment, including tanks and armoured vehicles. The iconic Challenger 2 tank, a cornerstone of the UK's armoured capabilities, exemplifies this challenge. With only 157 out of 227 tanks operational, the Army's ability to conduct large-scale ground operations is severely constrained. This equipment shortfall is a direct consequence of years of underfunding and a reactive approach to procurement. The stop-start nature of defence spending has led to delays in modernisation programmes and a reliance on outdated equipment. This lack of investment has eroded the UK's technological edge, leaving its armed forces ill-equipped to face the evolving nature of warfare. Addressing this equipment gap requires a sustained commitment to modernisation and a long-term approach to procurement. This includes accelerating the development and acquisition of advanced capabilities such as drones, cyber warfare tools, and next-generation armoured vehicles. Investing in these critical areas is essential for ensuring the UK military can effectively counter the threats of the 21st century. Facing mounting criticism and growing concerns about the UK's military readiness, the government has announced a series of measures aimed at addressing the crisis. These measures come in response to both domestic and international pressures, highlighting the urgent need for a robust and capable defence system. Central to this response is a pledge to increase defence spending to 2.5% of GDP by 2027, with aspirations to reach 3% in the future. This commitment is seen as a crucial step towards ensuring that the UK can meet its defence obligations and maintain its standing on the global stage. This represents a significant increase in investment and, if implemented, could provide much-needed resources for modernisation and personnel. The additional funds are expected to be allocated towards acquiring state-of-the-art equipment, enhancing training programs, and improving overall military infrastructure. In addition to increased spending, the government has launched a comprehensive defence review led by Lord Robertson. This review is tasked with evaluating the current state of the armed forces and proposing strategic adjustments to better align with contemporary security challenges. This review aims to assess the UK's strategic priorities, identify capability gaps, and develop a roadmap for the future of the armed forces. It will consider various factors, including geopolitical shifts, technological advancements, and emerging threats. The review is expected to address key issues such as force structure, procurement processes, and the balance between traditional and emerging threats. This holistic approach is intended to create a more agile and responsive military force. While these initiatives signal a recognition of the challenges facing the UK military, their effectiveness remains to be seen. The success of these plans will largely depend on the government's ability to implement them effectively and sustain the necessary funding over the long term. Critics argue that the proposed spending increases, while welcome, may not be sufficient to address the scale of the crisis. They emphasize that a one-time boost in funding is not enough. A consistent and long-term investment strategy is essential. They point to years of underfunding and the need for sustained investment to reverse the decline in capabilities. The military's current state, marked by outdated equipment and insufficient resources, underscores the urgency of these reforms. Furthermore, concerns remain about the government's commitment to seeing these plans through. Past experiences have shown that political and economic pressures can lead to the abandonment of even the most well-intentioned initiatives. The history of defence reviews in the UK is littered with ambitious promises that have fallen victim to political expediency and budgetary constraints. This historical context adds a layer of scepticism to the current announcements. To ensure the long-term health and readiness of the armed forces, the government must demonstrate a sustained commitment to its pledges and resist the temptation to backtrack on its promises. Only through consistent and dedicated efforts can the UK hope to rebuild and maintain a formidable defence force. The debate over conscription was a heated one. Many believed it was necessary for national security, while others argued it infringed on personal freedoms. The discussions were intense, with strong opinions on both sides. Ultimately, the decision would shape the future of the nation's military strategy. Experts have long warned that the evolving nature of threats requires constant vigilance and adaptation. The British military, while prepared, must stay ahead of potential adversaries. It's a continuous process of assessment and improvement, ensuring that our defences remain robust and responsive. In today's interconnected world, no nation can stand alone. International collaboration is essential for maintaining global security. The British military actively engages with allies, sharing intelligence, training, and resources. These partnerships enhance our collective strength and readiness, creating a unified front against common threats. Innovation is at the heart of modern warfare. The British military invests heavily in cutting-edge technology and advanced training programs. From cyber defense to unmanned systems, these innovations provide a strategic edge. Staying ahead in this technological race is crucial for maintaining superiority on the battlefield. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the British military must be prepared for any eventuality. By embracing change, fostering international partnerships, and investing in innovation, we can navigate the complexities of modern warfare. Our commitment to readiness ensures that we stand ready to protect our nation and its interests, no matter what challenges lie ahead.